This is a one-of-a-kind battle. 3 unknown chefs.
I'm just a private chef, but winning this takes me to the next level.
Compete over 2 rounds. Your time starts now. Their goal? To impress one culinary master.
So you were going for that?
I just kind of feel like you're BSing.
Tonight, it's the incredible master, Jonathan Waxman.
He's the most admired chef in the industry. He's the man.
At stake, the opportunity of a lifetime, an apprenticeship with the master.
There's absolutely no room for error today.
The master will hand select only one chef.
Got a big piece of fish here.
That's what they say, Chef.
And for the first time ever, the judge will come out from behind the table. Because to win this chance of a lifetime, they'll have to beat the master first. Well, this is Man vs. Master Chef Battle. Tonight, our master, he's a true pioneer of new American cuisine. This 2016 James Beard award-winning chef opened up his first restaurant, Jams, in 1984 in New York. The legendary master, Jonathan Waxman.
A chair.
Always a pleasure.
Jonathan Waxman is Obi-Wan Kenobi. It would be very hard to find a great chef in the United States who didn't owe some debt of gratitude to Jonathan Waxman. Not only do they respect him, they love him.
I mean, if you study with Jonathan, you're pretty much guaranteed that you're going to be a culinary master, right? I mean, he's taught Nancy Silverton and Bobby Flay and Tom Colicchio, so you've got the golden ticket.
I like mentoring people. Vendors don't just teach you how to make a dish, they teach you how to become a chef. There's some very serious business behavior that needs to be learned, and that's a lot of my mentorship. Chefs?
Chef.
How are you?
Master Waxman, tell us a little bit about your early career.
I was in a rock and roll band, and it broke up in Hawaii, and all my friends, they said, you have 2 choices. You either work at a restaurant or sell drugs. I got drugs for free, so I decided to work at a restaurant. It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It is. But chefs, you know a lot about Jonathan Waxman. Now it's time for you to tell him your story. So Jennifer?
I'm from Redondo Beach, California, and I've had my personal chef and catering business for over 10 years now.
Chef Oscar?
I'm from Southern California, born and raised in Compton. I've worked my way up the culinary ranks from dishwasher, and I'm an executive chef in the Silicon Valley.
And Chef Mikkel?
I'm from Oceanside, San Diego. I've been cooking approximately 6 years, and I'm current freelance chef. This is not where I want to be in my career, so I'm ready to learn and stage under the right mentorship.
Chefs Jennifer, Oscar, and Mikkel, tonight you're competing for the experience of a lifetime, a chance to stage with your idol. As you know, a stage in the culinary world is an apprenticeship, a chance to work with a true master. The rules are simple. Over 2 rounds, you're going to compete against each other. If you lose, you go home. But only one of you will be hand-selected by the master to be deemed worthy of the master's mentoring. But here's the catch. If the master selects you, you'll have to go head-to-head against him. To win the stage, you must beat the master. A master's style is reflected in their signature dishes. These are the dishes that made them a master. Under this cloche is a dish that is served on every one of Chef Jonathan Waxman's menus. And tonight's signature dish is?
Richard, it's my JW chicken with salsa verde. It's anchovies, garlic, and capers smashed up with herbs and olive oil.
What is the inspiration behind this dish?
My grandparents and my uncles all had chicken ranches. And my grandmother, who was the worst cook on the planet, used to cook chicken for us. And I said, one day I'm gonna cook chicken better than that lady.
Tonight, for our first challenge, you'll need to draw upon your inspiration as you make one dish featuring an elevated form of chicken cooked 3 different ways.
Chicken is a simple food, but it's not so simple to prepare. And 3 different techniques in one dish, it's gonna be tough.
So, Chef, what are you going to be judging on?
because there's 3 components here. How do they work together? And that's going to be a huge part of the challenge.
So chefs, you have 45 minutes to impress Master Waxman. When your cook time is over, he's solely going to judge your dishes and determine which 2 chefs move along in the competition. Are you ready?
Ready.
Your time starts now.
Excuse me.
Okay, so what would Jonathan Waxman do in this situation?
I think break the chicken apart into 3 pieces and do each one differently.
I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a tomatillo and poblano pepper, steamed chicken breast, and use the bones to braise some black beans and rice, and then use the chicken skins to make chicharrones. As a personal chef and a caterer, I don't have a restaurant that I sit in that can make me critically acclaimed. It's just not the same. So I feel like I have to work that much harder as a personal chef and a caterer to make my name for myself. So I know if I wanted to become the premier caterer and personal chef company in LA, stage for Master Waxman, it would be what separates me from the cooks to the chefs. The risk of steaming a chicken breast is it can come out completely overdone and taste like you're chewing on the back of a pencil eraser. I'm going to put all my aromatics in there, the poblano, the tomatillo, garlic, onion, so those flavors are then infused into the steaming process.
Jennifer seems to be very methodical.
I'm going to make pan-roasted chicken and deep fry some chicken livers and some roasted carrots. If I cook the carrots in fat, that's technically using chicken in the dish. But definitely the biggest challenge is to make this a cohesive dish. I'm going to bring it all together with a blackberry mole. When I was young, my lovely, strong, beautiful mother unfortunately fell victim to the drug epidemic of the time, and I got taken into the foster care system. I had one particular foster family. They were old Italians. They really brought cooking into my life. After culinary school, I found myself consulting for a restaurant's menu, and then they hired me to be their executive chef. Well, 8 months later, because they didn't have enough money, they decided to eliminate the chef position. This opportunity is my redemption song, and now it's time to slowly work my way back up to that position and really earn it.
Oscar, what do you got cooking over there, buddy?
Making some grits, girl. I may not be from the South, but I'm from South Central, so.
All right, hey,
It's coming
almost
at
the
you.
same thing, right?
I'm making chicken in the grits. I'm taking a chicken leg and thigh and stuffing it with chorizo sausage, taking a chicken breast and butter basting it with aromatics, and then I will utilize all the pieces and get a chicken stock going. I basically grew up on the streets, straight out of Compton. Had a single mother trying to raise 4 kids, and food was scarce. And so when I did get an opportunity to work in a kitchen as a hydroceramic technician, dishwasher, I realized that I'd always have a meal if I would show up to my shift. And now I'm an executive chef at a technology company. My entire culinary curriculum has been just the school of hard knocks. And I think that this stage with Master Waxman would put me in a great position where I could learn a lot, get back in a real restaurant, and then get to a point where I can go into business for myself.
Let's just hope that Oscar's not too ambitious.
I'm gonna see if I can try to make this mole. Mole is typically cooked for hours and hours. It is very complex sauce. So it is a quick mole, but it's a mole.
Now, Mikel is making a raspberry mole. Mole is one of
Sounds
those
like an
things that
oxymoron
takes
to me.
5 days and 90 ingredients, but he's making one in
Unless
30.
he had it in his hip pocket, in a little satchel, and pulled it out.
Yeah.
It's classically called moros when the black beans are cooked with the rice. And I'm going to use the chicken bones as flavors.
Chefs, we got less than 20 minutes. Woo! So I'm gonna essentially make a roulade. I need a 90% deboned leg and thigh together. And then I'm gonna try to stuff that with as much chorizo sausage as the chicken will take. My biggest concern right now is getting this in the water so it cooks and I don't end up with raw chicken on the plate.
Yeah, so it looks like Oscar's stuffing a chicken. He's gonna poach that.
He's got livers out.
Well, that's a big call. If you're going chicken liver, that's really saying I'm a chef. I've been cooking in a professional kitchen, probably.
Probably. So he's obviously trying to kiss my butt a little bit.
Ooh, that smells good. Chicharrones are typically pork skin, but I decided to make a play on that and use the chicken skin as my chicharron.
15 minutes left.
I threw my bones in a broth to make my stock. I definitely need that depth of flavor cooking for a master chef. I want a looser grit, so I'm gonna do 5 parts water to 1 part grits. Being as ambitious as I am, time is running out for me. Right now, I'm just gonna get some sear on this chicken breast here. And there's not gonna be enough time for me to cook this chicken all the way through.
Okay, Oscar, what's going on? There's only 8.5 minutes
Yeah, I'm about
left.
to butterfly these chicken breasts or else they're not gonna make it.
Are you freaking out a little bit right now?
Oh, totally.
I mean, the mustache has done a whole nother curl. It's like a spiral.
Does my mustache look sad right
It
now?
looks, no, the mustache looks great. All right, so Chef Mikel.
Yes, chef.
So you're frying chicken livers.
Yes.
That sounds a little bit risky texture-wise. You're pan roasting these breasts. What's the third technique?
You know, I think what I'll do is cook off the carrots in the chicken fat.
All right, so Master Waxman,
Yes, sir.
he's gonna cook some carrots in chicken fat. Would you consider that a third technique of cooking chicken?
No.
The challenge is to cook chicken 3 different ways.
Miguel, you better start pushing. Time's running out.
It's the first test. I don't want to go home now. I need to be creative because it's a stage with Master Waxman or nothing. I gotta think of a third way to do. So I do the chef thing, think on my feet, and I'm going to poach the whole wing in the mole. Coming out.
3 minutes left. You should be thinking about plating, or you should actually be plating. 3 minutes left, Chef.
I feel that my roulade, it's not cooking. It's raw. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and so I have to think fast. And I'm going straight into the deep fryer because I need to get this sucker cooked.
2 minutes left, chefs. 2 minutes remain.
This is like the most boring chicken breast ever. And he's known for having the most succulent and delicious chicken ever. I just have to fix this. So I'm doing a little bit of cotija cheese on top.
Jennifer is focused.
Yeah, but she's not tasting. She's more concerned on plating.
Just under a minute left, chefs.
There's 1 minute left, everything's cooked, already splattered, my mole on the plate. I really hope Master Waxman likes my food.
All right, I'm officially gonna lose my chicken roulade isn't completely cooked, and so I just scrapped the whole thigh portion of it, and I just moved on to the leg. And I know that the smaller part more than likely cooked, and I just pray a little bit more.
Get it done, Oscar. Let's go.
On it, chef.
15 seconds left. Only 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop cooking, grab your plates, and head on over to the table.
Time's up. I figure, you know what? I did it. I got it. Presentation-wise, it's on point. It's me on a plate. I think it's colorful, vibrant, and simple, yet it's gonna be very flavorful.
Jennifer, tell us about your dish.
So here I have a play on chile verde, but it's with chicken instead. I steamed the chicken breast, and I also did chicharrones and a play on moros. It's a Cuban dish. So I used the chicken bones and some of the chicken thigh meat. And then to give it the plate some vibrance, I just did a really quick salsa.
Jennifer, let's be totally frank here, okay? Did you taste the breast before you put it on the plate?
I tried a nibble of the end piece.
Professionals have to taste. If we don't taste, we're lost.
So going in, I was feeling super confident about my dish. And then as he's critiquing it, I'm starting to get a little change of heart. I don't normally steam chicken breast. That was kind of a new thing for me.
Steve can be your best friend and your worst enemy.
Yes.
You mentioned the fact that you didn't want the breast to get hard, and it's hard. Sorry. You cooked it too long. Rice and beans was the most successful part. That and the chicharrones. And I like the tomato salad, but it doesn't really make any sense in dish. You're a bit disjointed here. I'm a simple guy. I like it. Chicken, sauce, glass of rosé.
Well, thank you, Chef Jennifer. Chef Oscar, what did you make for Master Waxman?
So today I prepared my take on chicken and grits. I used the chicken leg and I hollowed it out, stuffed it with Mexican-style chorizo, and then I inlaid the biloba chorizo in there. And then I took the chicken breast right there and I just got a nice sear, basted the crap out of it with butter and thyme. And then I used the carcasses from the bones in the grits as well to fortify the broth for them and just to really tie all the flavors together.
Oscar, I love grits. The breast is a little tough. I'll tell you right now. The stuffed leg,
Yeah.
it didn't cook all the way through, did it? No. Let's be honest. Correct?
Correct.
I think if you spent more time on that and put that on fully cooked, you've been looking really good. Okay?
The best part of the chicken is raw and undercooked. Got a bad feeling about this one.
All right, thank you, Chef. And Chef Mikkel, tell Jonathan Waxman about your dish.
Chef, what I have before you is a San Diego chicken and mole. I pan-seared and roasted the chicken breast, and I basted it in butter in a cast iron skillet. I took some chicken livers that I battered and deep fried, and I have the chicken wing, which I poached in chicken stock and finished in the mole itself.
Mikkel, the mole is not really mole, but I like it as a salsa. Even though I'm from Berkeley, I know mole. The chicken wing, they're the most delicious part.
Thank you, Chef.
I'm glad that you did livers. No one does livers anymore. They're well cooked. You got the big breast in the middle and nicely cooked, but you should have taken a page out of Oscar's book and sliced it.
Understood, Chef. Hell yes. I think there's a good chance that I'm going to the next round.
All right, so Master Waxman, you must choose 2 chefs to move forward in the competition. Who will be the first chef advancing?
The first chef moving forward, Richard, is Mikkel.
Thank you, Chef.
Wow, I feel amazing. I believe in my food, my abilities, and I just want to earn that right to cook against him.
As you know, chefs, Jennifer, Chef Oscar, that means only one of you will be advancing to the next round.
I might have overcooked my chicken breast a little bit, but I think it's better to have something overcooked than raw.
I'm obviously a little bit rusty, but I really just want to get back in fine dining and upscale restaurants. Hence, this is why I need to work for a chef like Jonathan Waxman.
As you know, chefs, Jennifer, Chef Oscar, that means only one of you will be advancing to the next round. Master Waxman, which chef have you chosen?
The second chef moving to the next round is Oscar.
Thank you, Chef.
Oscar, I like the audacity. I like the verve with the leg and the chorizo. That really won it over for me.
Good to know.
So, congratulations.
Thank you, Chef.
Jennifer, it just didn't come together as a dish. I would have been happy with the rice and beans and the chicharrones and that breast. I really didn't need the breast. And that would have done something different for me.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to be here in your presence today. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here.
Jennifer, sadly, that means your time with our master has come to an end.
What was I thinking? I feel like I let him down and in the end let myself down. But the fact that I got to work with Master Waxman, that right there in and of itself is a huge honor. So I am very grateful for the opportunity.
Well, congratulations, Chef Oscar, Chef Mikkel. You're one step closer to the opportunity of a lifetime.
Gentlemen, the next round is going to be tough. And remember, too, that you're fighting for a stage with me. So it's not just the dish, but it's who you are as individuals, as chefs.
Back to the kitchen.
Can't believe I'm moving one step closer to being an apprentice for Master Waxman today.
Tonight, Master Jonathan wants you to utilize a cooking technique that has been abandoned because of modern appliances. Although it might sound easy, it requires careful, precise monitoring. Tonight's master's technique is
Stovetop deep frying. One of the things that we cheat with these days, we have fryers that we just pluck things into, we drop the basket, and we walk away. When I opened Jams, I didn't have a deep fryer, so we had a big pot with a thermometer in it. You get to monitor the heat yourself, getting it too hot or too cold. You're left with uneven food. I tell you, that separates the children from the adults.
Stovetop frying is not what I do. I only use deep fryers.
So chefs, in this round, Master Jonathan is going to be joining you while you cook. You have 30 minutes to prepare a dish that focuses on stove top frying. Your time starts now.
I think I've tried to fry everything on the planet. you know?
Whatever's around.
Whatever's around.
Yeah, car keys.
Rocks. A lot of things, strange things that entered my fryer.
You know, stovetop frying is not for the weak-hearted. There are a lot of things that can go wrong, but I'm pretty confident in my frying abilities will impress Master Waxman today. For this next dish, I think I'm gonna keep my eye on the clock a little bit more. I really don't wanna mess this up, so I'm gonna play within my comfort zone on this one. I'm gonna keep it old school Latino, and I'm gonna make fried fish tacos.
Last challenge, I had bold flavors. And this time, I wanted to show Master Waxman that I could cook food with nuance, with subtle flavors. So I'm gonna make a dashi broth. So I grabbed shiitake mushrooms, soy sauce, fish sauce, things that are gonna fortify the flavor. I'm hoping the broth will develop umami really fast. I grabbed scallops, I'm gonna pan sear them in fat of rendered pancetta and finish it with some fried noodles and bok choy.
Off the cuff, if you will.
The daunting task of stovetop deep frying isn't as bad when you've been cooking as long as I have. I think there's a huge misrepresentation for business dining chefs. A lot of people say, oh, he's just a cafeteria cook. You know, I'm a solid cook through and through, and the huge misconception is that I can't cook, and hopefully I can prove today that that's not true. So this is just masa, and I'm gonna let this sit for as long as I can, right before I gotta cook it off. I'm covering it so it doesn't dry out, and that's gonna be for my tortillas.
Okay, Mikel, talk to me.
Yes, chef.
What do you got going over here?
Making a broth with a dry shiitake with fried noodles, crispy noodles on top for garnish.
So your frying part is going to be the noodles.
Yes.
That's it.
And something else comes to mind, I definitely will try to incorporate that to a cohesive dish, chef.
Okay. Mikel, remember it's about frying.
Heard, chef.
Master Waxman is questioning the amount of fried items I had. Now I'm wondering, should I do more?
Oscar, you got a big piece of fish here.
That's what they say, chef.
Give me some insight of what you're doing, buddy.
Sticking straight to my roots. So I'm making fish tacos. I got the masa. So I'm gonna make tortillas from scratch. I'm gonna make a slaw with cabbage, serranos, and a little bit of avocado and lime juice.
Got it. Anything else?
Watch out.
Got it. Mikel,
Yes, chef.
is this something that you've made before?
Negative. No, chef.
You're flying free.
I see the ingredients and I want to get inspired by them, chef. I have this cast iron skillet. This is my grandfather's skillet.
Did he bestow this upon you?
Yes, he did. He passed away very recently.
Sorry about that.
My adopted grandfather, he was just such a big figure in my life. I actually met him when I was 8 years old at a church. I was in foster care and I was dirty, and he saw me and cleaned me up. That's where he came in and was that adopted grandfather figure. He might not have been blood, but it'll always pump in my heart.
Do you hear his voice when you cook on his pan?
I hear his voice all the time, but definitely I embrace him when I cook with this skillet.
I think that kind of thing is super important.
It is an homage to him.
Yeah. Remember, it's about deep frying, Mikel.
Yes, chef.
Just warning you.
I got my pico de gallo done. I got my slaw curing. So it's about time for me to start frying. One of the biggest challenges with stovetop frying is to make sure that your temperature's right. So I'm constantly using the infrared thermometer gun to check the pot. I'm not leaving this one a chance, so I want to make sure everything's perfect.
Richard,
Hey, what's going on, Master Waxman?
this dude's making some fresh tortillas.
Now, is he frying it in manteca?
Lard, yes, chef.
Wow. So he's going big.
Go big or go home, right? One of the things my mother always taught me was do things as best as you can, and then with that forward momentum, just keep going. I remember my mom being able to buy some food to feed us, and she wouldn't eat. And so now that, you know, the tables have turned, my main goal is to retire my mother, put her up in a nice house that's hers, and she doesn't have to worry about any financial strain going forward.
So, Richard, Mikel is in the weeds.
What is he frying?
He said noodles.
Noodles.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what he's going for.
I'm so nervous. This is not going as planned. The dashi's delicious, but I don't have enough fried ingredients according to Chef Waxman. And the challenge is stovetop deep frying. So I have to fix this.
You remember the word show?
I guess I use it every once in a while.
I think it's tattooed on his forehead.
Oh my gosh.
I'm losing hope quickly.
Fried.
Okay. 5 minutes left on the clock. I need to make sure I have enough fried items for Master Waxman. So, along with my noodles, I'm going to deep fry some wontons and green onion. I want to get that crispy element in the dish. Take the bok choy and the scallops, throw them in the pan, get those cooking. Not only do I want the starch, but I need it. It's life-changing, and I know I will learn a lot from Chef Waxman.
So now it's about time for me to start dropping my fish in the hot oil. And so I'm dredging it in a seasoned rice flour, just kind of like a dry breading, so it's light and crisp and not too dense.
How's your fish doing, dude?
Working, chef?
Is it crispy up nicely?
I hope so. Looks like it.
I'm curious. Oscar doesn't have plates yet. He's got 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go.
You're insane. You should be thinking about plating.
Time is almost up. I know the scallops are gonna be good. The fried items are good. I'm ready to go.
Needs a little bit of salt, nothing crazy.
Hey, chefs, you're cruising up on only 1 minute left. Oscar, get those tacos on that plate.
Down to the wire. That's when I start to panic again. I gotta make sure that everything's gonna hit the plate that I've prepared. And so I'm freaking out at this point.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop cooking, grab your plates, head on over to the table.
I'm a little intimidated to serve this dish because Master Waxman was questioning the amount of fried items I had, but I know my flavors are good. I think he's going to love it.
I thought we had a stovetop deep fryer challenge, but Chef Mikkel's dish seems to be like a bowl of ramen. So I'm thinking I got this one in the bag.
So, chefs, you were tasked with wowing Master Jonathan Waxman using the technique of stovetop frying. Chef Oscar, what did you make for Master Waxman?
Chef, for you today, I prepared Baja-style fish taco. Made my tortilla from scratch, fried it in lard, so that's a pan fry. And then I dredged my local halibut in rice flour with a wonderful combination of achiote, coriander, cumin. And then I paired it with a pico de gallo made with jicama, finished with a little bit of red onion and micro cilantro.
What's missing for me in this dish is aioli or mayo. I think that's a quintessential fish taco ingredient. The deep fried fish, you've got a nice crispy exterior, but the fish itself is a little bit overcooked.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my confidence level is probably like a 6 right now. This is one of the biggest opportunities in my entire lifetime. I can't mess up, and that's what I'm afraid of right now.
Can I have Mikkel's dish, please? Thank you, sir.
And Chef Mikkel, tell Master Waxman about your dish.
Today I prepared a pan-seared scallop. I fried some noodles, and I fried some wontons, and I also have fried scallion with the dashi.
Mikkel, this is supposed to be about deep frying. Do you feel that you've accomplished that task?
I did incorporate a few, 2 or 3 items.
A
deep fried,
few.
Chef.
I think let's stick with that phrase, a few. Will that be a fair assessment?
Yes, Chef.
Okay. So in that way, you kind of failed the exercise. Truthfully. You had an idea how to make a dish, but using deep frying as an accent, not the main criteria. It wasn't the main event. Okay? Scallop, it's nicely cooked. Could have been seared better, but I would have gone completely wacko and batter fried the bok choy, batter fried the scallop, and then put that all in the broth. The noodles, well, they just faded away, but it tastes good. Dish tastes great, dude, but it wasn't the exercise. Okay, fair enough?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Chef. Damn it, what was I thinking?
I mentor people till they're in their 50s. Bobby Flay, for instance. I'm still mentoring him. But what is most important, coming in with a sense of humility and a fire in your belly. It's up to me as a mentor to make you feel like you can do anything in the kitchen. All right, gentlemen? So, Oscar,
Chef.
why do you want to come work for me?
Having that mentor there that constantly is pointing you in the right direction is what I need. You know, I've made it up to executive chef, and humble enough to say it, I'm willing to take a step back because I need more time with my apron on.
Mikkel.
I'm an open mind. I want to learn from you, and to come in and see how you run your show, your kitchen, would be tremendous. I'm so nervous. My hands are shaking, but I have to win. This means everything to me.
All right, so chefs, as you know, Chef Waxman can only advance one of you to the final round. So, Chef Waxman, which chef have you picked to advance?
You both done very well. Mikkel, you're going to the next round.
Unfortunately, Oscar, that means your time with our master has come to an end.
You were on the path to making a great fish taco, and it didn't happen. And you know that.
It sucks to lose. I played it safe. Had I been as ambitious as I was on my first dish, I probably would have gone a lot further.
Give me a hug, buddy.
Ultimately, I definitely need to find that mentorship, that chef that I could learn from.
Mikhail, sometimes in life you squeak by. You squeak by. You made a very good dish that had nothing to do with the challenge. And I think part of being a stage is listening. Mikhail, I was a little bit like you once. I was very stubborn. Stubbornness only gets you so far. Okay?
Okay, well, congratulations, Chef Mikhail. You're one step closer to an opportunity of a lifetime. In order to get to that final level, though, you're going to have to beat our master, and that is not going to be a simple task. It's time to get cooking. You head on over to your stations.
Let's do it.
Yes, chef. Let's do it. I have a little bit of apprehension going up against Chef Waxman. David and Goliath, and I have my little tiny slingshot, and I'm looking up at this big old master chef, and now I have to try to take him down.
You ready?
Yes, chef.
Good luck.
Good luck to you, chef.
Thank you.
Okay, so listen, the two of you are going head to head in the most epic culinary battle. Your dishes will be judged in a blind taste test by the one person that even a master struggles to impress, a food critic. Our special guest tonight is a food critic who's written for numerous publications, including The Angelino, LA Zagat, and Los Angeles Magazine. Please help me welcome Leslie Ball.
Hi.
Leslie, such a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm a little on edge because I'm going against Master Waxman, and now I have to feed this prominent food critic. I better cook something good, that's memorable.
I'm so happy to be here tonight. My job takes me all across the country, and right now there are a lot of charcuterie and cheese boards on really top quality menus. So I'm really interested in seeing you take those ingredients and create something new out of it. Not just move the meats and cheeses around and put a few extra things on the plate.
There you have it. So you have to take a charcuterie board and turn it into a cooked dish.
But you have to be careful with cooking with these ingredients because they're salty in nature.
So in the pantry, you're going to find it stocked with meats, cheeses, honeys, jams, everything that you would expect to have on a charcuterie or cheese board. All right, well, thank you, Leslie, and I'll see you at the end of the cook.
Great, thank you. Chefs, good luck. I'm really looking forward to those dishes.
Thank you. Good luck, chef. It's an honor.
Honor's on mine, buddy.
Yes.
All right, so you have 30 minutes. Your time starts now.
I'm going to learn from what Waxman told me in the last 2 rounds, then actually incorporate what the challenge is into the dish this time. I just need to hone it in, focus, and execute.
Jonathan Waxman, you've decided to take the whole cheese board. Mikhail, you just let him do that.
That's funny, chef.
We're gonna share.
Okay, sure. Chef Mikhail,
Yes, chef.
what are you up to over there?
I am going to wrap some pork loin in prosciutto, stuff it with a little bit of manchego cheese, make a romesco sauce,
Okay.
and pickle something.
I want to show Master Waxman that I can cook global cuisine. I'm gonna go with some Spanish flair. I cut my potatoes, throw my potatoes in with some thyme, rosemary, garlic, and let that roast off.
Hey, so Chef Waxy,
Yeah, buddy.
what are you making over there?
Potatoes. Why not, right?
How are you gonna work charcuterie and cheese into it?
Well,
I'm waiting.
I said well.
Oh, you're gonna work them in well.
This is not rhetorical here.
Very nice.
I decided to make a tartiflette, which is this crazy rustic French dish. A tartiflette is a big potato gratin, basically, with a lot of melty cheese on top, and it's supposed to ooze and be bacon fatty and all that stuff, and it's a little more risky and a little more fun.
So perhaps a gratin of some sort with the potatoes?
Why are you so quiet over there, chef?
Why are you so noisy? So I'm gonna cook the onions with the bacon. I want to add some peppers, so I want to spice up a little bit. And then add all the charcuterie to the onion mixture.
What kind of cheese you working with, chef?
All of them. It's got the fontina, it's got the parmesan, it's got the manchego, it's got the cheddar. I took all the cheese in that, all the cheese in that, and then I added creme fraiche to that, and then made a layered potato dish. The tartiflette is supposed to be a gooey, unctuous, slightly greasy mess, basically. It's not supposed to be pretty. Just like me, I'm not pretty.
I want to make a romesco because the romesco and the manchego will come together as a Spanish dish.
Can I break bread with you, Chef?
Yes, sir, please do.
I grab some really good bread and I throw that in the blender with the tomatoes, the bell pepper, the almonds, some olive oil, and I blend it up. And I'm thinking, how can I incorporate more charcuterie board elements into the dish?
I'm gonna incorporate some cornichon, kind of make a relish with the pickled mustard seed and some olives.
Because the tartiflette is fatty, salty, and scrumptious and decadent. You need some sort of antidote to it, so doing the kale. And I want to incorporate some of the apricots and the nuts and stuff in that. I think kale is the most universal thing. It seems to be happy sleeping with lots of different partners.
I grab pork loin out of the oven and check the temperature because I want to make sure that it's cooking in the right time.
Hey, Mikhail, no pressure. This is just the biggest dish of your life. Cutting on the bias, that's interesting. It looks a little rare,
Oh, come on. The pork loin is super raw still. Time is almost up, so I'm gonna let it hit the heat by itself. This pork has to cook, or I'm 86. Damn it.
All right, chefs, listen up. There's only 3 minutes remaining. Only 3 minutes are left.
I'm feeding a well-known food critic, but my pork's still not up to temperature. Damn it. So I throw it back in the oven, and I pray that it's gonna be finished. I really have to nail this. It's the stage, it's the journey, it's the mentorship with Jonathan Waxman. Everything's at stake.
The tartiflette came out exactly the way I wanted it. It's perfect. If Leslie likes cheese and bacon and onions and potatoes, yeah, I think she should like it. I put a big mess of that tartiflette on top of the kale and boom, done.
30 seconds remain. Only 30 seconds left.
I'm in the weeds plating this dish. I'm getting worried that my pork loin's not gonna be perfect, so I'm freaking out putting it on a dish, but I told myself, breathe and make sure it looks good. Presentation is everything.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop cooking, grab your plates, and head on over to this table.
I think Master Waxman's dish is incredible. It's definitely more rustic than mine, but I know that you can't discount rustic because rustic has flavor.
All right, well, best of luck to you both. Please welcome back our special guest and food critic, Leslie Bala. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
This is a blind taste test, so you have no idea which dish belongs to the master or the chef trying to become a master. All right, so I'll describe the dishes. Over here, this is a rendition of a classic tartiflette. Underneath the tart is some kale that's been cooked with walnuts, some apricots, and some cornichons.
It's really delicious. I'm just gonna take a little bite of the kale. It actually reminds me of my mom's scallop potatoes. It's very comforting and homey. There's definitely a lot of cheese and there's the smoky bacon flavor. You can really taste the ingredients that came off of that charcuterie board. I do think that the kale almost seems like kind of a slight afterthought. And this one definitely has a lot of salt in it, which is, you know, to be expected. And then the dish on the right?
Sure. The dish is a manchego cheese stuffed pork loin that's been wrapped in prosciutto. It's with some roasted potatoes, a sauce of romesco, and a relish of mustard seeds and cornichons.
Make sure to get some of that cheese in there.
I'm watching her taste my dish and I'm freaking out. Just think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts.
Very nice. Lots of flavor, lots of layers in that one for sure. And a great use of a lot of different ingredients. think the pork is cooked nicely. And I do love this relish. It does all work with the romesco. You know, that was the point. This is what I asked for. And the potatoes, you know, sort of an afterthought, sort of like, okay, I need to make this a composed dish, so I'm gonna put some vegetables on there.
All right, so listen, Chef Mikkel, you've already had a life-changing experience that any chef would dream to have. If your dish is judged to be the best, you'll get a life-changing opportunity to stage for your hero, Jonathan Waxman.
This one dish, this moment, either makes or breaks me. It's a stage with a master, or I just go home and I have to kind of start over again.
All right, so Leslie, now comes the moment of truth. Which dish did you prefer?
The dish I've selected really made a great use of all the ingredients you see on a charcuterie and cheese board. This dish is either the work of a master or from a chef with something to prove. So the dish that I selected is the pork.
Good job, dude. Congratulations.
Oh,
Thank you.
congratulations, Miguel.
Thank you.
How do you feel, Chef?
I feel great. I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm excited for the journey that's ahead, and I can't wait. I cannot wait.
You deserve it.
Thank you, Chef.
This is a miracle. I just won a stage with Master Jonathan Waxman. I will never be the same.
I knew he could do it. I think each challenge you could see Mikkel getting more focused, realizing that this could be a life-changing situation. Now you get it guaranteed, dude. Don't mess it up.
All right.
I like getting stages, especially if someone fight hard enough to beat me. That means that they've got a little hunger in their belly. But he has talent, and talent is few and far between.
Would your grandpa be proud?
He would definitely be proud. He would definitely be proud of me. I wish he was here to see it, but I know that in a way he is. I know that my grandfather is very proud of me. I know my mom is proud of her son. Excuse me.
Mr. Waxman, for your new protege.
All right, look at that, dude.
Wow.
It's an incredible feeling. Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. There's so many difficult things growing up.
Congratulations, Chef. Good job, brother.
To stage and be mentored by Jonathan Waxman, it's incredible.
Thank you.
Wow.